Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 7th of July 2025, and welcome to Tariff Week. It's supposed to all happen on the 9th, and I say supposed to. Let's have a look why it may not. Futures slide on latest Trump tariff salvo. This is on Friday, of course. There's a little bit of doubt creeping in, especially after the bump up this week. Bump up meaning the stock price is being moved up and all-time highs being made in the S&P. Trump says 10 to 12 tariff letters to be sent out on Friday. Besant expects deals ahead of the deadline. So that was Friday last when these letters were allegedly sent out. However, 5 hours ago in The Guardian, Trump and US Commerce Secretary says tariffs are delayed until the 1st of August, sparking confusion. Well, it's not difficult to be confused, is it? So if we have a look in the nitty-gritty, you'll see that he had no idea what he was talking about. I'll just leave that there. You can just pause the video and have a look. And then here it says, sensing confusion, his Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick jumped in to add, but they go into effect on August the 1st. Tariffs go into effect August the 1st, but the president is setting the rates and the deals right now. So it's just nuts, isn't it? It's at 90 days. There's still no deals. They're going to send letters out. They're going to create confusion. And we'll be back to square one with further delays. And I don't think they'll ever be done, to be honest with you, because I don't think I have a clue what he's actually doing and how it's going to work. But we'll just have to wait and see. Economic news for today, well, there is none. And the rest of the week is a bit patchy, to say the least. FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. That's not an important one. There'll be no rate changes for this one. That's not going to happen until, where are we? So probably September. And then unemployment claims, FOMC meeting minutes and GDP on Friday. So not a lot at all. So the news is going to dominate by whether the tariffs get done. If he sends the letters out, what the percentages are to those countries that he sent them out to. So we'll just have to wait and see. But let's have a look at the markets. They were closed on Friday. Well, the cash markets were. The futures were open in observation of the 4th of July celebration. So we go back to set hours for this week. I can't say normal because there's never a normal week in the markets. So let's kick off and have a look at the Dow. So in the Dow, down on Friday, still above the 5-bar moving average, above the 5-bar moving average overnight. We should be able to take out the all-time high. Just depends what tariff news we get. We are overbought, so there's also a chance of a pullback, and of course it'd be an ideal time to pull back prices, take out a few stops, have a bit of a breather as well, given that it's going to be news driven this week. Friday, obviously no movement because of the July 4th holidays. There you've got a gap up. The gap hasn't been filled yet either, so that will be interesting to see if that gets filled down towards the DP when the markets come on stream later today. So in the daily, we're still gunning for the all-time high. We've had a good run of late, as it said in the headlines. Just depends whether that can be maintained and depends how the market reacts or reacts to these tariffs, which are supposed to be released this week, or not, as the case may be. In the German DAX, we're sideways too high. We're down on Friday, another red day there, but still ready to try and move to the upside. 30-minute chart. Again, we've had the gap there. I think the gap isn't quite filled on this one, so again, we could see a bit of weakness down to the DP or just below. Prices did find some buying overnight at the DP level. Just needs to try and break if it can and stay above the 200 MA there in the 30-minute. Just back to the daily. Yeah, we've got to take out those two highs to the left there as well. And in the S&P 500, the market sideways down on Friday, above the 5-bar moving average, and despite actually gapping up as well, we're still above the 5-bar moving average in the daily charts, but in the 30-minute chart, we've got to try and fill this gap, which looks like the market's going to do. Again, to go back to the daily, we need to take this high out on Friday to get to the new all-time high, which is 6285. So we'll keep that one in mind. They'll try and pump the markets up to this level. Meanwhile, in the UK market, just stuck in a sideways range for Friday, and overnight we've got the gap too, but that has been filled. Market trading down to the close of Friday, and the 200 MA are now moving back to the upside. It needs to stay above the DP there. And in the dollar, this has put on a bit of strength there over the last few days. Speculation, obviously, of the trade tariffs. Hopefully, they were going to be completed on the 9th and then released, but that doesn't appear to be the case at the moment. So let's have a look at the metals reaction to this overnight. And it's not good for silver. The Smackdown Friday didn't happen. The market managed to trade sideways inside bar, but of course things have changed there in the overnight there. The market gapping up and then being smacked down. So let's have a look at that in a bit more detail in the 30-minute chart. And there's Friday's smackdown delayed for an overnight smash. They have managed to buy back in at the S3, which is good, and also get prices back above the 200 MA there as well. If no tariffs are done, silver's going south, that's for sure. So keep an eye on those tariffs and the silver price. Same with gold as well. This too moving down because of the prospect of tariffs being delayed till the 1st of August. Then they'll be delayed till the 1st of September, etc., etc. But at the moment, you can see there we've got silver moving, got both the metals, silver and gold. This is the gold chart moving lower. 30-minute chart also being slammed down to the S3. The S3 is generally a good support area. There seems to be a lot of sideways action there and a bit of demand coming in as well at this level. Right, let's have a look at the gold-silver ratio. This is also telling as well, as can be seen there. We've got this moving down on Friday, and if we look to the left, we've got support. They don't want the gold-silver ratio going below 90 at the moment. As you can see there, it's starting to find a bit of support and wanting to move back up as well. So that means silver's in for a hard time if gold is stable. Quick look at Friday's action, which was obviously the market. The US markets were closed, so very, very patchy and sketchy trading day, as you'll see from the start. We'll just wind this forward. The market had a bit of a shakeout, but narrow range for the DAX on Friday. We sparked to the upside up to the 200 MA and the DP, where the market ran into a bit of trouble there with some selling. Prices then tried to move back to the upside. We had a nice retracement back through the 200 MA and down we went there. So that to the S1 and then shake out there. Again, that classic, well, all of the limit orders are sitting on the psychological levels and the pivot S1. And then what you do, you get rid of those stops and then you bring the market back to the upside. So you'll be careful where you place your stops on those sorts of trades. And then eventually we get a double bottom with some volume coming in, which you can see there. Potential buy signal that was filled, and if I recall was a loss, yep. And then we move back down to the low. Again, you can see the buying coming in at the low. They don't want the market below the low if they can help it, but then the weakness returns with the market struggling at the 20 bar moving average there, and then back down to the low as well. So again, these stops being taken out, and then prices becoming sideways to lower once more as we then head through the midday. That's that line indicating that the US markets were closed. All of the cash markets, government bonds, the whole shebang was closed. And then moving back up in the afternoon, and then you can see how it's come up off that low earlier in the afternoon, and then more weakness returning there with another trade to the downside and another potential trade to the upside, which again fails. No surprise there. Nobody's really trading. It's Independence Day, and it becomes a very difficult market indeed. It just becomes very, very quiet. But overnight, prices are currently trying to make their way back to the upside, which we can already see in the 2 minute. If we have a look here, we'll see that the high is going to be on the cards for today when the market opens at either 7 a.m. or the cash market at 8 a.m. So there we go, a quick roundup of events after the Independence Day holidays. It's like I say, nobody knows what's going to happen this week because even Trump doesn't know, according to the article from The Guardian. So I can't even, guesstimate or anything except to say that they're likely to, the trade deals are likely to be delayed. That's as much as I can tell you. So expect some volatility as these letters get dropped, and when they do, that's going to spark all sorts of headlines and algorithms and high frequency trades taking advantage of them. So be careful, be warned. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's it for this one. Have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.